I hope government listen to people. If you've been through the whole entire session, you can hear from the experts, the lawyers, the experts, the surveyor, what is going on. And we really do not need a law to divide us further. And one expert pointed out clearly, if you're selected to the United Nations as a chairman, but what are we doing at the home ground? We're not showing the example to the world.
So the objective of the UIA is not just for demolish, it's also to rejuvenate, rehabilitate, reinvigorate. Buildings which are decrepit, old, then no lifts, no facilities, and all those things. So our viewpoint, especially HBA, we have existing legal framework at the moment to address all those things. We have the Uniform Building Bylaws Act, we have the Strata Management Act, we have the Street Drainage and Buildings Act. Okay. So we can tweak all those in the regulations perhaps, or look back at what is existing, especially the Strata Management Act, to address those loopholes. As our section always says, if it's an issue of being decrepit and ugly or dirty, do we actually need a redevelopment law for that? We don't, right? So if there's no facilities, for example, no lift, elevators, modern technology, I take it modern development at the moment, we can actually install an elevator there. Do we need to displace the existing owners, occupiers? Right? We need to disrupt the infrastructure ecosystem surrounding that area, because you can't just look at the area which is gazetted for redevelopment. We have to look at the surrounding ecosystems, right? Boleh ke ditampung. And if it comes to demolish and rebuild buildings which are condemned, certified as condemned, we do not want it to be certified by somebody who is closely connected to this particular law. We want it to be an independent party, right? So that the outcome is independent, so that it's not just interest of certain parties being protected, but interest of those who are living there, having possession, having ownership, especially owners, property owners are being taken into consideration, right? Because demolish and rebuild is not a simple matter. Maybe I'm naive in thinking that, I don't think so, right? And for that to happen, perhaps acquisition is required, maybe. If acquisition is the only way, we have the Land Acquisition Act, but if it's not, if we can think out of the box, perhaps we can have a cooperative or an SPV where the owners are equally involved, right? Owners and the government are equally involved. If it's a matter of funding, can't we sit down, 21st century, can't we sit down and think of a way to fund the project so that the people who are living there are not living in crumbling buildings, for example?
You see those videos? Sites like Kui Chai Jaya and Kui Chai Lama, they show us abandoned car there. They show us a downpipe that is broken, that is leaking, and a lot of cobwebs around all that. I think you saw those videos there. Those are not dilapidated building. It's just a mentality of the MC to run the place, do it properly. It's a low-cost flat. If the people can't even put food on their table to eat, you think they're going to participate in the forming of MC or participate in a joint management body? No. This kind of stuff should be undertaken by the local council. You charge it over to them, $35 a month. But the local council should undertake this. Now, how to get rid of abandoned car? Throw it away. How to get rid of the downpipe by sewage blocking? Hey, repair it lah. That's what about it, don't they? Then a lot of cobwebs. Hey, somebody got to sweep it. So the problem here is maintenance, civic cultureness, and as well as education. Doesn't mean demolish a building. You understand? If a car breaks down, the piston is spoiled. You mean you damage the whole car and rid of a car? No, you change the piston. You get it? So you don't have to demolish something to arrive at this conclusion. That's why we say the law is flawed. What is the objective? We do not know. But I would like to dwell further on what he says. He says that RUU Pembaruan Semula dibentangkan untuk bacaan pertama, and we have got 108, or maybe he has increased it, 128 pelibatan, meaning that he has got 128 sessions to speak to people. Okay? The problem here is that the right question to ask him is, how many objected? How many agreed? How many setuju dengan syarat? Nobody asked that question there. You should be expressed. You should be asking him. Because you give the notion that everybody agreed. Come on, it's only a session. So to be truthful and sincere, he should be telling the truth. How many setuju? Berapa bilangan tak setuju? Berapa bilangan setuju dengan syarat? And then you get the statistics there. Meaning that this law is going to create a confusion. Because you just divided us, people, owners, into two halves. The one who want to stay, the one who don't want to stay, who wants to sell. That's not a caring government.
I think maybe the mechanism needs to be a little bit more structured, a little bit more effective to make the people, the professional property managers who are managing the asset, to make it maybe perhaps a little bit more simpler for them to collect maintenance charges. Because I think buildings are old not because they just grow old overnight, it's just lack of maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, if it's dirty, we clean it up. If the thing is rose up, we just fix it. And we need money. We self-generated because how we calculate the maintenance charge and the service charge is we look at the facilities and the premises provide. We calculate the cost and we divide it by the share value and all that. Then everyone pays the share. There must be a mechanism that allows us to collect those funds because some people just don't pay, you know. The 24 ringgit, the 124 ringgit, they don't pay. You don't pay. It's very hard to do. You can be the best property manager in the world. You don't have money, you can't do nothing.
Why 30 years? So where is this magic figure 30 years? This chosen benchmark and trigger point 30 years is unacceptable. Where did the minister get this 30 years from? Already minister acknowledged that the lifespan of a building is 70 years. Why choose 30 years? That's my point. The government has been lobbying for the last this lifespan of 30 years. We show a blatant disconnect between its own entrenched policy and the current standard. So that is not acceptable. So we are wondering if you all can pose to the minister, why choose 30 years? Why not 50? Why not 70? That's the issue here.
What Ura is doing here, which worries us at Breaker Banda, is we are forgetting about the cultural and social dimension of the cities, you know, the soul of the city, which is actually what makes us, gives the character and identity other people, their lifestyle and tradition. If you just focus on just building and so forth, you will probably losing out, like I said, the character of city and the sense of place for the future generation to appreciate. For all you know, in the future, you know, we'll never know, you know, what kind of cities do we have in the past? What are the roots that we have? What are the we call it the spirit of place that gives the soul. So that's why we're very concerned about this. I mean, like I said, software and hardware is very important to computer. You don't just focus on the hardware, the software that actually drives the place is very important, which is the people.